Hello everybody, my name is Kyle Tankersley. I'm going to tell you the steps on how to deer hunt. I've been deer hunting my whole life. I consider deer hunting my favorite hobby, and I think it is something that I'll do for the rest of my life. The three main points that I have are how to prepare the land, how to kill a deer, and how to process the deer. I'm going to start with how to prepare the land. First, you're going to need a piece of property that you're allowed to hunt on. You do not want a piece of property you're not allowed to hunt on. That will be considered poaching and it's illegal. Once you have a piece of land, you're going to want a tractor, an ATV, or a side-by-side, or some type of transportation to get around the land. Okay. There's many different places to deer hunt. You can hunt in a green field, you can hunt in hardwoods. My favorite, I prefer a green field. The reason why I prefer a green field is because it's open. You can see deer, and I think the whole process of planting a green field is really fun. When you plant a green field, first you're going to bush hog the field, make sure the grass is cut. Then you're going to plow the field, till it up, make sure the dirt's loose. Make sure you're going to spread the seed, which would be the ryegrass or clover, or really anything that you prefer. Lastly, after you plant, you're going to cover the dirt up. Usually when you plant your seed, you're going to want to plant 3 to 4 days before it rains. That way the seed sprouts and you have a beautiful green field. Okay, after you've planted your green field, you're going to want to set up cameras and stands and corn. Preferably, I usually try to watch my deer year round. I set up 3 to 4 cameras throughout the property, watching them, feeding them rice bran, corn to get them coming in, letting the deer grow, keeping an eye on them. I usually check my cameras about every other week, make sure there's corn out. Okay. Next point, how to kill a deer. There are many different ways you can also kill a deer. You know, many people choose a crossbow or a regular bow or a gun. For me, I prefer a gun. I prefer a gun because when I was younger, I was hunting, and a big old 8-point walked out about 80 yards, and I was using my bow. For my bow, I'm not accurate in any more than 40 yards. So, from that reason, I prefer a gun, because I can shoot a gun for 400 yards. The difference between a gun and a bow is with a gun, you don't need a rangefinder. You can usually see clearly through a scope. You can shoot it hundreds of yards. You can also sit in a shooting house. If you were to use a bow, you would not be able to use a shooting house. You would have to sit in a lock-on stand, a ladder stand, or a climber, because if you're in a shooting house using a bow, you're not able to draw your bow back and have enough room to shoot. Also, with a bow, you would have to use a rangefinder, which shows you how far you need to shoot it, so you can adjust your sight higher or lower to have the exact aim. Also, having the right equipment goes with having the right camo, being covered in the tree stand, and not being seen or heard by the deer. If you're seen or heard by the deer, they're not going to come any closer, and you're not going to have a shot at shooting. Lastly, I would consider how to process the deer. Processing is, I consider, probably the hardest part. Going and getting the deer is very hard. Dragging a deer hundreds of yards is it's not easy. A deer weighs 100 to 200 pounds. Pulling through the woods is not easy, so I recommend having a four-wheeler ATV to carry your deer. Also, getting it to the right spot. Cleaning a deer is not easy. You have to hang it up, cut it, gut it, get all the guts out, get all the blood out, and then you're able to get the meat off the deer. For me, I usually take it to a processor because I'm not really good at cutting meat out or making hamburger patties or cube steak or getting the back strap. Well, I usually get the back straps out of my deer just because it's 2 cuts right between between the spine. I hope this taught you the steps in making and going out and killing a deer.